success or failure in any endeavour is often attributed to effective leadership or the absence thereof. What attributes of the leadership mindset are the most important in peace operations? How can existing leaders continue to grow and realise their full leadership potential?
Effective leadership is the key to peacekeeping success. While the fundamentals of leadership remain constant, their application gets influenced by conflict dynamics and changing priorities. Ultimately, a true leader is the one who inspires the UN mission to follow willingly under adverse circumstances. I place vision and foresight as the dominant leadership attributes in the complex environments we operate today. Foresight comes with knowledge, gained through both formal and informal networks. Understanding the conflict perspective, notably the root causes and political expectations, is critical. The uncertain and unpredictable peacekeeping environment has thrown up new dilemmas and risks. Time-critical decision-making is thus essential for retaining the initiative and preventing conflicts proactively. While substantive competence and professional aptitude is necessary, integrity, moral courage, and humility remain fundamental for obtaining organizational respect and, most importantly, gaining the host nation trust. A good leader is transformative, attempting to continuously introspect, train, and improve. There are no shortcuts.
How do you strike a balance between adaptability and consistency in leadership approaches within peace operations, considering the diverse cultural contexts and challenges faced in different regions?
Consistency in UN peace operations comes from the desired political end state, strategic assessment, and comprehensive approach. Consistency also comes from institutional resilience, where headquarters and field offices coordinate the ongoing policies and work done by the predecessors in an integrated manner. The tendency to reinvent must be resisted, and lessons learned from weaknesses and failures evaluated and corrected. Adaptation, on the other hand, allows leaders to contest the changing, unconventional and non-linear environment quickly and effectively. Each event and situation is different, and templates are not the answer. Organizational learning should be a continuous process. Physical maneuver and mental mobility help to identify the real picture and look ahead. An accomplished leader should generate motivation for grounded synergy by maximizing multidimensionality. Open communication networks and diversified advice greatly helps. Empowering subordinates for conceptual creativity and operational initiative is the cornerstone for transformation and change.
Given the increasing reliance on technology in peace operations, how do you envision the strategy for the digital transformation of UN peacekeeping impacting the collection, analysis, and dissemination of peacekeeping intelligence? Are there any potential challenges or concerns that might arise?
Intelligence had long been viewed controversially in UN peacekeeping, but got introduced to enhance situational awareness and safety and security of personnel and assets. The UN Policy on Peacekeeping Intelligence 2019 describes the peacekeeping intelligence cycle. Importantly, it underscores respect for sovereignty and security and confidentiality of data. Notwithstanding, technology intrusion and cultural privacy have become sensitive issues with the host nations. Intelligence has to be demand-driven and foster inclusion and transparency. It is preferable that missions, surveillance, and reconnaissance networks are evolved in consonance with the host government and other players in the conflict zone. Admittedly, technology has upgraded UN's operational and protection capability. However, comforted facilities have also induced a culture of fortressing and virtual functionality. Technology is an add-on a force multiplier and should never be seen as an alternative to the human face of peacekeeping.
In rapidly changing conflict scenarios, how does leadership foster collaboration and coordination among multinational peace operations forces, each with its distinct strategies and mandates?
Multidimensional interventions throw up their own set of challenges and opportunities. It is important that during the planning stage, strategic convergence and military compatibility is discussed and their implications registered. A clear understanding is necessary on the roles, structures, equipment profiles, and command and control arrangements. A shared vision on the desired end state and exit strategies is essential. A top-down protocol should be adopted for joint planning and execution. UN's joint structures need to be maximized, and where necessary, new ones created for liaison, operational coordination, humanitarian assistance, and logistic support. Joint operations under the unified chain of command should be our preferred option. However, where division of responsibility is accepted, there need to be clearly identified concept of operations. In case operating under separate command chains, complementarity of actions have to be ensured, and contingencies rehearsed for quick reactions and crisis management. Commanders and staff should consult regularly, both at the headquarters and in the field, to monitor, review, and readjust. Concerted training, both pre-deployment and in mission, is advisable. Such training would ensure operational impact and saving of casualties. It is prudent that the local issues concerning the host nation are handled by only one agency, the UN.
The nature of peace operations demands constant decision-making under pressure. How do leaders effectively train and prepare their teams to make informed decisions while mitigating risks and ensuring the safety of personnel and civilians?
The success of a peace operation is dependent on the capability of its peacekeepers to deliver, which primarily results from realistic training. Training is a function of command and a leadership responsibility. Learning and improving is a sustained process through which leaders ensure professional competence, performance readiness, and operational preparedness. Our present system of training is theoretical and tactical. For high-tempo operational effectiveness, the thrust of training should shift to contemporary skills with narratives of ambiguity. Besides basic training, the emphasis has to come on countering unconventional and unpredictable threats with proportionality and minimum losses. Peacekeepers need to think strategic and act operational. Our operating culture must accordingly empower subordinates to take risks by challenging the narrative and operationally innovate. Mistakes will happen, and we need to accept them as learning opportunities.
With technological advancements influencing peace operations, how can leaders ensure that technology complements the human-centric approach to peace operations and does not inadvertently widen the gap between peace operations personnel and local communities?
We are witnessing pronounced host resistance and denial in peace operations. This cause of backsliding needs to identification and remedy. Our operating bases and lifestyles are asymmetrical with the local culture, creating islands of comfort amongst underdeveloped surroundings. We need to deploy humbly with environmental habitat and operate consultatively with the host populations. Peacekeepers need to be respected as enablers and facilitators and not preachers and controllers. UN peacekeeping is a people-centered activity with communities as our main stakeholder. New technologies are being inducted for both peace and development. They have significantly advanced community resilience, expanded our early warning mechanisms, and strengthened strategic communication frameworks. However, While technologies upgrade our functionality, there come dangers of digital divide and weaponization of cyberspace. This matter needs to be reconciled with the communities. We need to induct technologies which can be absorbed in the environmental infrastructure and skills. The installed technologies must support ongoing projects, capacity building initiatives, and most importantly, meet the population aspirations.